Another late night at the shop. What are we doing today? We're looking at a buddy of mine's new grenade launcher that I got in. See, and still sick. S&T lightweight grenade launcher, the polymer build, which they're pretty cool. You can get them overseas for about 30 something bucks, stateside, a little more than that. As cool as these things are, they do have a major drawback that I've noticed, and others have reported too. And we're going to kind of see if this one still has it or not. But that is, try this one-handed. The firing pin doesn't want to extend all the way it should. Try to get that on camera. Not much protrusion. Generally speaking, not enough to fire off one of these utility rounds. A 68 caliber, big boy, CO2, and then a video is coming out about these soon. 40 watts. They're a little more finicky or picky. So, there's a couple of ways to tackle this, but just for comparison, and where I'm coming from on this, here's my M16. This one I had to actually fabricate a little piece, so that doesn't fit on the 16 barrel right there. See my brand? But you can see, comparatively speaking, just real quick. Bad lighting. Trigger pull. Now compared to it being modified, you can also see the actual base starting to protrude out. That gives you several advantages. One, being able to completely depress the shell and let everything out. Two, not having to worry about this being finicky, pardon my finger. Right, so, before I hand this off to him, I'll go ahead and get everything all set up. He's running this on a RAS, old school, on a rail system. So we're going to swap that out for him, take that off, and then we're going to go ahead and open this up and go ahead and modify it. Which, no biggie. Yeah, so we'll give him full range of motion to allow him to use whatever shells he wants. I think he's going to go with these boys. Pretty good. So just as a comparison, I'm going to try to do this the best I can one-handed. 40 watt going in, safety off, pull, and hopefully I don't wake up the neighbors. But nothing. Come out over here, turn it over, click, boom. No, not filled all the way, just for the sake of not scaring the piss out of my neighbors. Anyways, it's one thing when it's daylight, but when it's already early in the morning, it's another. You know, gotta be somewhat courteous. Fully locked. Same old story. Nothing. Really limited in its range of motion how far it actually pushes out. Now, I'm going to show you a quick little trick after this. What you can do to help out. It's not the best idea, but in a pinch it'll work. Versus over here. So, that's what we're going to replicate. Okay, so I'm going to try my best to do a side-by-side comparison of what you need to do, what's already been done. I'll take this apart just so I can get everything kind of squared up, and you know what it comes like. Main thing, if you're going to put this on a SEMA M16, the retro brand, and I feel confident enough saying that this counts towards the EMG version 2, you're going to need a different mount than what this offers. And what I ended up doing was taking some aluminum, 1/4 inch, and cutting out a little wing like that, and then bending it, and adding a little bit extra length, just a hair, to push up against the front slat block, and gave it a little bit of a bend to give some spring so it's all nice and solid, and it locks up beautifully. No wobble whatsoever, other than that. Buddy, of course, is going to go with the rail system. So I mean, that, you know, fuck all, makes it so much easier. I'm actually really glad we don't have to do this. So, anyways, I'm gonna disassemble this, pull that off, and we'll have two examples, pre-modification and post-modification, and just kind of go over that so you guys have an idea of what to do if this is something you need done. Full disclaimer, these S&T barrels are straight rifled. They fit in their vortex rounds decently. You gotta really wedge them in there. There's no rifling or no spiral rifling. And from what I'm told, you have to go in and bore out all this if you want to use tagging rounds. So just keep that in mind. Under 40 bucks, both of these individually. What can you ask for if you're just going to run pickup games and whatnot? So get rid of that, and we'll go ahead and break that down like this script right now. Okay, so what you need to do is, you know, I'm not really too sure if this is necessary, but I mean, I've already done it. Generally, I take these two out. Again, I question the necessity of that. But then what you're going to do is punch out these two pins right here. I go from the side outwards. I don't care if you want to go left or right or whatever. Oh, hey, look, they're individually serialized. Check that out. Aw, it's cute. Anyways, drift those pins out. What's going to happen is you're going to have to pull your safety down, and then your trigger unit's going to come out. And we're going to compare the difference between the two once I get those. Well, this one's out. Once I get this one out, sorry, I'm tongue-tied over a cough drop. The whole thing, or the main thing holding that plunger, the mechanism, trigger mechanism back, is the fact that this lower bar right here is hitting the base of the M203 body, for lack of better words. And with some modification, you can bypass that issue if you don't want to drill out, so not drill out, but mill out, cut out that bottom plate right there, which I'm not feeling it. So how that's achieved by, and we're going to go ahead and get rid of that because it gets in the way. How it's achieved, and I'm going to relieve spring tension here. Sorry, keep forgetting to keep the camera in view. You can see, very simplistic mechanism. Simple push bar, hold still. You pull, and it pushes the firing pin forward. That screw actually interfaces with your safety over there. After this modification, you're going to lose your safety ability, or the ability for the safety to engage. I keep it on there because it looks nice, but you need to keep that in mind. Keep your booger hook off the trigger if you have a grenade in there, and do not fiddle with it until you're ready to fire. Or don't load a grenade until you're ready to fire. In either which case, it requires some responsibility on the end user, so don't be dumb. But you can see, I'm going to take that out and compare. Come on. How much I took off. It wasn't much. It really wasn't much. Just kind of angled, and I did kind of clean up and chamfer the edges a little so it was a little more smoother and more friendly. But that's essentially what we're doing. Focus. Let's see if I can. There we go. That's all we're doing. That's all we're taking off. Just a little bit. And we're going to do that via grinder. If you have a Dremel, you can do it too. It doesn't have to look pretty. You're not going to see it at all. And in all honesty, under 40 bucks, who cares? Results are results, right, gentlemen? So, after this, you're going to lose your safety. It's fine. Just be smart about it. But you're going to be able to fire off whatever you want to put in there. Again, minus tagging for the sake of the fact that the barrel is, yeah. But again, price being what it is. So, and I mentioned earlier too that there is an alternative, and that alternative is this piece right here. I'll go over here. Focus. Simply screws in. As you can see, I got a shim on there. That was from fiddling around earlier. What you can do is actually pull the trigger, pull that out, use some pliers, and gently unscrew this. and you can actually shim it to where once you pull the trigger, it'll push forward enough to depress the firing button, primer, whatever you want to call it, far forward enough to trigger off the shell. Now, that's an easy fix. You can do it out in the field if you need to, or when I say out in the field, I mean the back of your truck when you're out in the field. I don't recommend it, mainly because slam fires. So I actually got it to the point where it would fire off fairly well with this without causing a slam fire, but would depress the back ever so slightly. Wasn't too comfortable with that. With this, I had to actually bump it out more, and it would trigger this off, and I found out that if you put this in the tube, racked it back, it would actually have enough inertia to fire it off. So while that is an easy fix, you don't need to do this whole disassembling and grinding. It's not recommended because you can end up causing an accidental discharge. So yeah, keep that in mind. So I wouldn't recommend it. I recommend just going this route. Nice, quick, easy. Again, just going to go ahead and start grinding away very simply. And compare apples to apples. Keep all this parts over here. It's a fairly simple process. It's just 2 pins, 2 screws, the whole unit comes out. You can forget this thing, and the spring's already gone. If you really wants it, I mean, I'll give it to him too. This is just one that I had laying around. But it really doesn't serve a purpose. This little lip right here actually does a great job pulling the shell back and then letting gravity do the work. So I had and took a yield scribe, and this is the whole point why I've disassembled mine, was just to kind of pattern out how much. I don't like duplicating my experiments. Hey Taggy, it's not a video without you, huh? No. I don't really like duplicating things that I just did on the fly, so without, proper measurements, well then drop it. You're a good boy, but I need to drop. Nope. Okay. Keep living the dream. Anyways, so I get the same results. Focus you. There we go. That was a good idea to scrap. Well, mark. Throw some vice grips in there. Grind it up. You'll see it after. That'll do. All right. So, it's gonna get hidden. Aluminum, nice and easy. We're gonna reassemble that. And for those who need to know what it looks like, this sits right here, upside down. This sits within this groove right here. So, in all honesty, it should go like that. Sits like that. You can see now, once I get this in the track, that we have now. Come on. There we go. Now, allowed for greater range and full depression. Put the spring there, close it up. That's useless now. And I'll throw that back in with his. Get mine all reassembled, up and going, and then we are done for the night. Really simple. I will do a test video, just for the sake of continuity here. Hold tight. Oh, I forgot to finish up on this. Alright, so here's mine. Top by all the rusty little bits. And here's his. So we're going to try the 40 max, 40 wad. Safety off. Tag, you're not going to want to be here for the sake of your ears, because I don't feel like hearing about it. He'll be back. Oh, make a liar out of me. Oh, that would help. Alright. Here we go. Not gonna lie. It's gonna have my what the hell moment. Come on. One-handed. Although that stuck pretty well. There we go. Again, I haven't filled these all the way up. I don't want to wake up the neighbors and have the cops calling me. Alright, Big Red. Closed all the way this time. I think we can all agree that was a little anticlimactic. So I'm going to go ahead and reload that one and we'll try again. Big Red, take 2. Also going to note, it is freaking 50 degrees outside, but if this doesn't work, I'll wait till the morning. But here we go. And we're going to wait till the morning because that tends to happen with this once it gets cold. But we'll do the 40 max one more time. Okay, it doesn't, it's pretty chilly. That is ice cold. Anyways. Tag's not here? Nope, he's out there. Cool. So yeah, well, for viewing pleasure, looking like lipstick, we'll go fire that outside tomorrow when it's warmer, because right now it is freaking cold. Okay, we'll try it. All right, for the sake of it. Yeah, doing the same thing. Okay, so we can roll out that. Well, I already knew, but for you guys, we roll out that it's this one that's acting finicky right now because, well, it's freezing. This one's actually doing really well. Anyways, guess we'll do it tomorrow. But for now, I'm going to call that a success. And go ahead and put that back in the package. Make this look all nice and orderly. I don't have a crack bag to put this stuff in. Why are you still here? Why am I still talking? That's it. Go to bed. I'm going to go to bed. Later.